The champagne glass shattered against the marble floor as Rosa stormed out of the restaurant, her heart pounding with rage. Marcus Sterling, the billionaire everyone worshipped, stood frozen in the doorway, his marriage proposal still hanging in the air like a bad joke. The entire dining room had witnessed it. The photographers he'd hired, the string quartet, the massive diamond ring now sitting abandoned on the white tablecloth. Rosa's hands trembled as she pushed through the gawking crowd, her worn coat clutched tight against the winter cold. "Rosa, wait, please," Marcus called after her, his Italian leather shoes clicking on the icy sidewalk. She spun around, tears streaming down her round cheeks. "Wait? You want me to wait? You humiliated me in there. You don't even know me, Marcus. You don't know anything about me." If you're already hooked by Rosa's shocking rejection, hit that like button right now. Drop a comment telling me what you'd do in her situation. Subscribe to Broken Empire for more incredible stories. And share this video with someone who needs to hear it. Now let's dive deeper into why Rosa walked away from a billion-dollar life. 3 months earlier, Rosa had been kneading dough at Sunshine Community Bakery when the sleek black Mercedes broke down right outside. She'd watched through the window as a tall man in a suit worth more than her yearly rent stepped out, barking orders into his phone. When he entered, his cologne announced him before his voice did. "I need to use your phone. Mine's dead," he'd said without looking at her. Rosa wiped flour from her hands. "Good morning to you too. Phone's behind the counter. Help yourself." Marcus had finally looked up then, expecting immediate compliance. Instead, he found a plus-size woman with kind eyes and flour in her dark curly hair, completely unbothered by his urgency. Something in her calm confidence made him pause. "I'm Marcus," he'd said, extending his hand. "I know who you are. Everyone does. I'm Rosa. That'll be $2 for the phone call." He laughed, actually laughed. "You're charging me? Business is business, Mr. Sterling. Even for billionaires." That's how it started. Marcus returned the next day, then the next. Each time, he ordered coffee and pastries, lingering longer than necessary. Rosa treated him exactly like every other customer. No special treatment, no starstruck behavior, no assumptions. It drove him crazy. Women usually fell over themselves for his attention, but Rosa remained indifferent. "Why do you work so hard?" Marcus asked one afternoon, watching her handle 3 orders simultaneously. Rosa shrugged. "Because rent doesn't pay itself. Because my mom needs her medication. Because I promised myself I'd never beg anyone for anything. What if you didn't have to work this hard? What if someone wanted to take care of you?" She'd stop mid-pour, meeting his eyes directly. Then I'd wonder what they wanted in return. "Nothing's free, Marcus. Especially not from men like you." The gifts started arriving daily. Designer handbags, expensive jewelry, vouchers for luxury spas. Rosa returned every single one with polite notes. "Thank you, but no thank you." Her co-workers thought she was insane. "Girl, do you know what I could do with that bag?" Her friend Keisha squealed, holding up the latest Hermes offering. "Keep it then," Rosa said. "I didn't ask for it." "But why? He clearly likes you." Rosa's expression hardened. "He doesn't like me, Keisha. He likes the idea of me. The poor fat girl he can rescue and show off. Look how generous I am. How evolved. I've seen this movie before. I'm not interested in being anyone's charity case or fetish." Marcus overheard that conversation from the doorway. Her words hit him like cold water. That night, he couldn't sleep. Was she right? Was he really that shallow? He thought about the women he'd dated. Models, actresses, socialites. All beautiful, all eager to please, all forgettable. Rosa was different. She challenged him. She saw through him. She made him want to be better. But Rosa's life was crumbling. The eviction notice came on a Tuesday. Her landlord, Mr. Pacheco, was selling the building. She had 30 days. That same week, her mother's hospital called. The bills were overdue, and they needed $5,000 immediately. Rosa sat in her tiny apartment that night, surrounded by bills, and cried until her chest ached. "I could ask him," she whispered to herself. "Just this once." But morning came, and with it her pride. She took a 3rd job cleaning offices at night. Sleep became a luxury she couldn't afford. Keisha watched her friend deteriorate. Dark circles, weight loss from skipping meals, trembling hands from exhaustion. This is insane, Rosa. Just talk to him. And say what? You were right. I'm desperate. Please save me. I'd rather sleep in my car. Marcus noticed too. He'd been watching from a distance, respecting her boundaries, but worried. He hired a private investigator, not to stalk her, but to understand her. What he learned broke his heart. Rosa sent 70% of her income to her mother. She tutored neighborhood kids for free every Saturday. She'd once owned a small catering business that failed when her partner stole everything and disappeared. She trusted no one now, especially not wealthy men making promises. That's when Marcus made his decision. Not the proposal. That came later and all wrong. First, he did something he'd never done. He volunteered. Anonymous, no cameras, no publicity. He worked at soup kitchens, community centers, homeless shelters. He saw Rosa's world. The people she loved, the community she served, the respect she commanded despite having nothing. Mrs. Chun, Rosa's elderly neighbor, spotted him one day. "You're that billionaire following Rosa around," she said bluntly. Marcus couldn't deny it. "I care about her." "Then stop trying to buy her. That girl's got more pride than money, and she'll never sacrifice one for the other. You want her? Earn her respect. Be someone worthy of her, not the other way around." Those words haunted him. He approached Rosa differently after that. No gifts. No grand gestures. Just conversation. "I want to offer you a business loan," he said one morning at the bakery. "Market rate interest. Legal contract. You pay it back on your terms. No strings attached." Rosa's eyes narrowed. "Why?" "Because you're brilliant and you deserve a chance. Because I've watched you work 3 jobs and still smile at every customer. Because I've learned more from you in 3 months than I learned in 20 years of business school." He slid papers across the counter. "This is legitimate. My lawyer drew it up. Take it to your own lawyer. If anything looks suspicious, tear it up and we'll never speak again." Rosa's hands shook as she read the contract. It was real. Fair terms. No hidden clauses. $50,000 to start her own bakery. She looked up at Marcus, tears in her eyes. "What's the catch?" "No catch. Except maybe you'll let me be your friend. Not your savior. Not your boyfriend. Just someone who believes in you." She took the loan. Rosa's community kitchen opened 6 months later in a modest storefront. She hired 5 people from her neighborhood, all single parents or ex-convicts struggling to find work. The bakery became a community hub. Marcus visited occasionally, always as a customer, never demanding special attention. Their friendship grew naturally. He learned to bake badly. She learned to trust, slowly. That's when his ex-fiancée, Vanessa, appeared. Beautiful, vindictive, and desperate to win Marcus back. She spread rumors viciously. He's using her for good PR. It's all a bet with his friends. How long before the fat girl falls for him? She's so pathetic, thinking he actually cares. Rosa heard the rumors at the grocery store. The humiliation burned through her chest. She confronted Marcus in the bakery after closing. "Tell me the truth. Is this a game? Some weird rich person entertainment?" Marcus's face crumbled. "God, no. Rosa, I fell in love with you. With your strength, your integrity, your laugh, the way you never let anyone define your worth. I was empty before I met you, surrounded by people, but completely alone. You showed me what real wealth is: purpose, community, genuine connection. I love you, not despite anything. Just because you were you." Then why the public proposal? Why the photographers and the spectacle? "Because I'm an idiot," he admitted. "I thought that's what people do. I didn't realize I was treating you like every other shallow relationship I'd had. I'm sorry. I should have just talked to you, asked what you wanted." "Listen." Rosa's anger softened. She studied his face, really looked at him for the first time. She saw regret, vulnerability, genuine emotion. Not the billionaire. Just Marcus. Flawed. Trying. "I'm not a prize to be won," she said quietly. "I'm not a project or a statement. If you want to be with me, it's as equals. I won't change who I am. I won't fit into your world if it means losing myself. I don't want you to change. I want to change. For me. Because of what you've taught me." He stepped closer. "Rosa, I don't need you. I want you. There's a difference. I can survive alone. But I don't want to. Not anymore. She felt the wall around her heart crack. Mrs. Chen's words echoed. True love sees souls, not circumstances. Rosa had been so focused on protecting herself, she'd almost missed something real. I need time, she said, to trust this. To trust you. Take all the time you need. I'm not going anywhere. 6 months later, they worked side by side in Rosa's kitchen. She'd opened 2 more locations. Marcus had sold one of his companies to focus on nonprofit work. They were partners in business and life and growth. Rosa never did marry him, not right away. She wanted to prove to herself she'd chosen him from strength, not desperation. When the proposal finally came, it was private. Just them, in the bakery where they'd met, surrounded by flour and laughter and love. So what do you think? Would you have trusted Marcus? Have you ever had to choose between security and self-respect? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Smash that like button if this story moved you. Subscribe to Broken Empire for more powerful stories about courage and love, and share this with someone who needs to hear that they're enough exactly as they are. What should happen next in their story? You tell me.